The coffee's bitter steam curled under my nose. The diners hum a dull roar. I sat in our usual booth, the one by the window, where Clara and I had carved our initials 30 years ago. My fingers traced the worn grooves, a habit from simpler days, before screens stole our silences. Outside, the April 2025 sun baked our sleepy Ohio town, glinting off the retirement community's manicured lawns. Clara was late. Again. My phone buzzed, her name flashing. A text, not a call. Odd. I opened it, expecting an excuse. Instead, my chest tightened. Meet me at the Oak, 8 p.m. Don't tell Jim. Jim. That's me. The Oak? Our park, where we kissed as kids. My thumb hovered, heart thudding. Who was this meant for? I sipped my coffee, cold now, and stared at the words. Clara, my Clara, with her church group smiles and crossword obsession. Sending secret texts? I'd retired last year, a history teacher with creaky knees and a pension. She'd been distant, sure, blaming menopause, book club, her me time. I trusted her. Didn't I? The diner's clock ticked. I paid, left, drove home. Our ranch house smelled of her lavender candles. Her phone sat on the counter, unlocked. A rookie mistake. I hesitated. Snooping felt wrong, like betraying the vows we renewed at our 40th. But that text, it wasn't mine. I scrolled. One message from Tom. Same text. Meet me at the Oak, 8 p.m. No last name. No history. My gut twisted. Tom. The name rang no bells, but our neighbor, Ed, had vanished last month. Cop said he'd skipped town that's piling. Clara had cried at his vigil. Too hard. I thought, was Tom connected? I set the phone down, hand shaking. The park was a mile away. I could go hide, watch, confront her, or wait, dig deeper. Trust was a fragile thing, like the china we never used. Once cracked, it never held the same. I drove to the library, a place of dusty comfort. Old yearbooks lined the shelves. If Tom was local, I'd find him. Hours passed, pages turned. Nothing. Then a photo, Clara, 1985, arm around a boy. Not me. Caption, Clara and Tommy prom. Tommy. My jaw clenched. The librarian coughed. Closing time. I left, yearbook unchecked, mind racing. Tommy who? Why now? At home. Clara was in the kitchen, humming, chopping carrots. You're quiet, Jim, she said, not looking up. Her voice, warm as ever, felt like a lie. Tired. I muttered. Her phone buzzed. She glanced, paled, then smiled. Book club, she said. Too quick? I nodded, stomach sour. Dinner was silent, her fork scraping the plate. She cleared dishes, kissed my cheek, said she'd be back late. Book club, my ass. I waited 10 minutes, grabbed my jacket, and drove to the park. The oak loomed gnarled and ancient, moonlight slicing through its branches. I parked far, crept closer, heart pounding. Clara's car was there. So was another, a black sedan, unfamiliar. Shadows moved. 2 figures. Her laugh, soft, intimate, cut me. I crouched, breath shallow. The man's voice was low, urgent. Ed's gone, Clara. We're clear. Ed. Our neighbor. My grip tightened on a branch. What the hell did that mean? She turned, her face catching the light. No guilt, just focus. Not yet, she whispered. Jim's nosy. My name, a blade in her mouth. The man stepped closer, tall, lean, gray at the temples. Tommy? I couldn't see. They hugged, brief, purposeful. My legs burned to run, scream, demand answers. But I froze. Her car door slammed. Headlights flared. She was gone. I stumbled back to my truck, pulse hammering. Ed's disappearance. Clara's text. Tommy. Pieces of a puzzle I didn't want to solve. At home, her phone was still on the counter. Another buzz. Another text from Tom. He's asking questions. Be careful. He. Me? I deleted it, hands trembling. She'd know I'd seen. Good. Let her squirm. The porch light flickered, casting jagged shadows across our living room. I sat in my armchair, Clara's phone heavy in my hand, its screen dark now. April 2025 air hung thick, the Ohio night pressing against the windows. Last night's park scene replayed, Clara's laugh, that man's voice, Ed's gone. My Clara, plodding under the oak. I deleted Tom's text, a petty jab, but my pulse hadn't slowed. The clock read 1 a.m. She wasn't home. Book club, she'd said. Liar. Our wedding photos stared from the mantel, her smile a stranger's. Life was simple without secrets, without phones buzzing lies. I stood, joints creaking, and poured decaf. Retirement was supposed to be crosswords, golf, her hand in mine. Not this. Not sneaking like some damn detective in my own life. Her phone buzzed again. Another text, not Tom. Unknown number. Oak was risky. Meet at diner, 7 a.m. My throat tightened. The diner, our place. I memorized the number, set the phone down. Sleep was a lost cause. I dug through her desk, quiet like a thief. Bills, receipts, nothing odd. Then a locked drawer. My old pocket knife pried it open. Inside, a photo, Clara younger, with that same prom boy, Tommy. On the back, in her script, T forever. Forever. My chest burned. Morning came, gray and heavy. Clara shuffled in at 3 a.m., muttering about book club running late. I faked sleep, her lavender scent sour now. At 6:30, she left, claiming a church errand. I followed, truck idling a block behind her sedan. The diner's neon buzzed. She slid into our booth alone. Then he arrived, tall, graying, the man from the park. Tommy. My fists clenched. They leaned close, whispering. I parked, slipped inside, took a corner stool. The counter hid me, but their voices carried. Jim's clueless, she said, sharp. Ed's case is cold. Tommy nodded. We're safe. For now. Safe from what? Ed's disappearance wasn't just debts. My coffee shook in my hand. The waitress, Betty, eyed me. You okay, Jim? She asked. I nodded, forced a smile. Clara laughed. Fake, and Tommy touched her arm. My arm. I wanted to storm over, demand truth. Instead, I paid, left, drove to the library again. That yearbook, 1985. I found it, flipped to prom. Tommy Whitaker. Local kid, left town after high school. No record since. But Ed had known him. I'd bet Ed, who'd borrowed money from half the town, including us. Clara had wired him $5,000 for his kids, she'd said. Kids he didn't have. Back home, Clara was gardening, humming, dirt on her gloves. Early day, she asked, too bright. Library. I grunted. Her eyes flicked to her phone. Then me. Find anything good, she teased. I shrugged, heart pounding. She knew I'd seen something. The air crackled, her smile a mask. Dinner was quiet, her fork scraping again. After, she said she'd visit her sister tomorrow. Another lie. I nodded, planning. Her phone was off the counter now, locked tight. But I had that number from the text. I'd trace it. At dusk, I walked to the park, needing air. The oak loomed, its roots like veins. A glint caught my eye, metal, half buried. I knelt, dug. A key, small, rusted. Not ours. Ed's? Tommy's? My pocket swallowed it. Clara's car pulled into our drive, early. She wasn't alone. Tommy's sedan idled behind. I ducked behind a tree, breath shallow. They argued, low, urgent. He's digging, she hissed. Handle it. Tommy snapped. Handle me? My grip tightened on the key. Headlights flashed. They drove off, separate. I stumbled home, mind spinning. Clara was in bed, pretending sleep. Her purse sat open. Inside, a folded note, not her handwriting. Ed knew too much. You're next. My blood froze. Was it for her or me? I slipped it back, heart hammering. Tomorrow, I'd follow her again. The diner, the sister lied. That key. Trust was dead. Truth was my only shot. The key burned a hole in my pocket, its rusty teeth sharp against my thumb. Dawn broke over our Ohio suburb, April 2025. The air thick with dew and deceit. Clara's purse sat on the kitchen counter. That note, Ed knew too much. "You're next," seared my mind. Was it a warning for her, or a threat to me? Our ranch house, once a haven, felt like a trap. I sipped instant coffee, bitter as my thoughts. Clara hummed in the shower, oblivious to my sleepless night. Life was simpler when trust wasn't a ghost. Her sister visit. Today was another lie. I'd follow, find answers. The key, the note, Tommy. Pieces of a puzzle with blood on the edges. Clara left at 8 a.m., her sedan gleaming under the sun. I tailed her, truck a block back, heart thudding. She didn't go to her sister's. Instead, she parked at the old mill, abandoned since the 90s. Tommy's black sedan waited. They met, heads close, voices low. I crouched behind a rusted barrel, straining to hear. "He's got the key," Clara said, sharp. "How?" Tommy hissed. My breath caught. They knew. The mill's decay mirrored my marriage, rotted, hollow. I clutched the key tighter, its purpose unclear but heavy. I slipped away, drove to the diner. Betty, the waitress, poured my coffee. "Clara's been jumpy," she said, unprompted. "Seen her with that guy, too." I nodded, throat tight. Betty knew everyone's dirt. Ed ever mentioned Tommy? I asked. Her eyes narrowed. Once. Shady type, loan shark vibes. Ed owed him big. Loan shark. Ed's debts. Clara's $5,000. Tommy's return. It clicked, but not enough. I left mind racing. At the library, I searched old newspapers. A 1990 article. Local man, Thomas Whitaker, arrested for fraud. Tommy, released 92, vanished. Until now. Back home, Clara was baking, flour dusting her hands. "Good day?" she asked, eyes probing. "Fine." I lied. Her phone buzzed, locked now. She ignored it, but her jaw tightened. Dinner was tense, her small talk forced. "Sister okay?" I asked, testing. She faltered. "Fine." Liar. After dishes. She said she'd run errands. I waited, then checked her purse. The note was gone. In its place, a receipt. Hardware store yesterday. Duct tape, rope. My stomach dropped. For what? For who? I drove to the mill, dusk settling. The key fit a rusted lockbox, hidden in the weeds. Inside, a ledger, names, dates, sums. Ed's name, $10,000. Paid. Clara's, $5,000. Pending. Tommy's initials everywhere. A loan ring? Blackmail? Headlights swept the lot. I hid. Ledger tucked in my jacket. Clara's car. She stepped out, alone, flashlight in hand. She scanned the ground, muttering, "Looking for the key? The box? Me?" I held my breath, pulse hammering. She cursed, drove off. At home, she was in bed, feigning sleep. I hid the ledger in my old toolbox, mind spinning. Ed's vigil, Clara's tears, guilt, not grief. She'd wired him money, but why? To silence him? The note's words echoed. "You're next." I couldn't confront her, not yet. I needed more. Tomorrow, I'd trace that unknown number from her phone. It had to lead somewhere. Tommy, Ed, the truth. I lay beside her, her breathing steady, mind jagged. Trust was ash. Survival was all. The ledger's weight pressed against my ribs, hidden inside my jacket. April 2025's dawn painted our Ohio suburb in pale gold, but the air stung with betrayal. Clara's key, stolen from her purse, bit into my palm. The cash, hidden in storage, and the ledger, locked in my toolbox, were my leverage. Her text from Tommy, "Tomorrow we act," meant today. I sipped cold coffee, our suburbs quiet a lie. Clara bustled in the kitchen, her smile sharp as glass. Life was simpler when I didn't know her secrets. Betty, the diner waitress, was my next move. She knew too much, owed too much. I'd make her talk. Clara left for church, her sedan's tires crunching. I followed, stopping at the diner. Betty poured coffee, her hands unsteady. "You're troubled, Jim," she muttered. I slid her a note. "Tommy." Ed talked. Her eyes widened. "Outside," she hissed. "In the alley." She lit a cigarette, voice low. "Ed ran loans with Tommy. Clara was their front. I owed Ed, so I helped." "Helped how?" "Watched you," she admitted. My gut twisted. "Ed's dead because he talked," she added. "You're next." I pressed. "Where's Tommy now?" She shrugged. "Hides at the mill." I left, her warning loud. At the library, I cross-checked the files. My name, tied to our house's deed. Clara had forged it, collateral for Tommy's loans. Our home, my legacy, pawned. My jaw clenched. I drove to the mill, sun low, Clara's key in hand. The shed was empty, but a receipt lay in dust. Gas station, yesterday. Tommy's name. Sloppy. I pocketed it, mind racing. At the library, I searched Tommy's fraud case, parole 2023, linked to a Mexico ring. Clara's new start wasn't love, it was escape. My house, forged as collateral, funded it. Rage burned. I called Mark. "Meet me, park, noon. Bring a cop you trust." He agreed, cautious. Time to flip the board. Home was a trap, but I risked it. Clara was out, her purse open. A new note, her writing. "Tom, cash is Mexico bound. Jim's done." Done? My blood boiled. I left, no photographed. At the park, Mark waited with a cop. Daniel's young, sharp. I played the recording, showed the receipt. Note. "It's thin," Daniel said, "but enough for a warrant." Thin? My life hung on it. "Clara's at the mill." I lied, buying time. They left, promising to dig. I stayed, oak looming, heart pounding. Clara's sedan rolled by, slow. She saw me. Her face, guilt, fear, fury. She stopped, stepped out, alone. "Jim," she called, voice all fake. "Let's talk." I stood, files in my jacket. "Talk about Ed? Mexico?" Her eyes narrowed. "You don't get it." She stepped closer, hand in purse. "Knife? Gun?" I backed up, oak at my back. "I loved you," she said, tears real or not. "But you're in the way." Headlights flashed. Tommy's truck, roaring in. Clara froze. "Run, Jim!" she yelled, sudden, desperate. Run? From her? Tommy? I bolted, Park's edge swallowing me. Tires screeched, voices shouted. Clara's scream cut the air. I hid, breath ragged, in a ditch. Tommy dragged Clara to the truck, her wrists bound. "You warned him," he roared. She spat. "He's my husband." My heart twisted, loyalty or a trick. Daniel's cruiser pulled up, lights flashing. Tommy gunned the engine. Clara inside. Shots rang out. I ran, files slipping toward the chaos. Daniels yelled, "Freeze!" Tommy swerved, crashed into the oak. Clara stumbled out, blood on her cheek. Tommy was down, cuffed. Daniels saw me, nodded. "You're clear, Jim." Clear? Hardly. Clara's eyes met mine, broken, defiant. Trust was dead. Justice was close. But revenge whispered louder. The oak's shattered bark bled sap. Tommy's truck a wreck against it. April 2025's Ohio dawn was raw. Air thick with cordite and betrayal. Clara stood, blood streaking her cheek. Hands cuffed, eyes locked on mine, defiant yet cracked. Daniels, the cop, held Tommy down, his face mashed into dirt, cursing. My files, scattered in the ditch, held their sins. Forged deeds, Ed's murder, Mexico dreams. Clara's scream, "Run, Jim," echoed, "Love or final lie?" Life was simpler when her vows were true. Now justice loomed, but revenge burned hotter. The recording, the cash, her fake ID, my weapons. One choice left. Daniels nodded at me, radio crackling. "You're clear, Jim. They're done." Clear? My home, my trust, my life, collateral in their game. Clara's lips moved, no sound. Was she sorry? I stepped closer, voice low. "Why, Clara?" Her eyes flickered. Ed knew. I had to. Had to? For Tommy's cash? Mexico? Rage flared. Daniels pulled her toward the cruiser. Tommy already inside. You got enough for court, Mark, my lawyer, said, picking up files. Court. Justice. Slow, clean. But her betrayal deserved more. I drove to the storage unit. Cash still there, a fortune stained by Ed's blood. I could keep it, vanish, let Clara rot in court, or expose her publicly, ruin her church group mask. At the diner, Betty poured coffee, eyes soft. You did right, Jim. Did I? I slid her a wad from the cash. For your debts, I said. She nodded, silent. Back home, our ranch house fell hollow, her lavender candles cold. Photos, our wedding, our youth, mocked me. I packed a bag, left them. No nostalgia, just scars. The police station buzzed. Daniels met me, files and recording in hand. Clara's talking, he said. Blames Tommy for Ed. Convenient. I played the recording for him. Her voice clear. Jim's accident. His jaw tightened. She's cooked. I nodded, but my mind churned. Court would jail her, maybe Tommy too. But her lies, her love, had gutted me. I called the local paper, anonymous. Checked the mill. Loan scam, murder, Clara's name. They dig. Splash her face everywhere. Justice was law. Revenge was her shame. Clara's plea deal came fast. 5 years, Tommy 10. She'd named him as Ed's killer. Claimed coercion. I didn't buy it. At the courthouse, she saw me, eyes pleading. Jim, I loved you. Loved? I turned away, her voice dust. The paper ran the story. Local woman's loan ring, murder link. Church group shunned her. Book club vanished. Her legacy, our legacy, was ash. I filed for divorce. Papers cold in my hand. No alimony. No mercy. The cash I donated, minus Betty's cut, to Ed's kids. Real ones found by Mark. I moved. A small apartment. New town. No Oak. No diner. No Clara. My pension stretched. History books my company. Trust was a ghost, but survival was mine. The paper's headline lingered. Her shame my quiet win. Revenge, not justice, had settled it. Justice was for courts. Revenge was for me. I sipped coffee alone, April sun warm. Life wasn't simple, but it was mine again.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel for more stories.